that is under family life. That means the marriage that is on. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. Welcome again to the Law and Hi, and it's still your host, Fola Kemi Jegede. Thank you for sticking on with us on this channel. So last week we had a very brilliant discussion on this channel as regards custody maintenance in the solution of marriage under the matrimonial court system. I just want to have a recap as regards what we discussed last week before I delve into today's topic. So last week we spoke about maintenance for the children, for the wife of the marriage, and even the custody. We spoke about the factors that the court look into before granting all these auxiliary relief to the parties. So today we are going to be talking about the enforcement of maintenance order in Nigeria, and also we'll look at the maintenance order given outside the country, how we can enforce it even in Nigeria. So when we talk about maintenance order, we talk about the general auxiliary relief, whether alimony, whether the court has ordered that there is a particular amount of money that you should be giving your spouse at the end of the month, or weekly, or monthly, or periodically, anyhow. And if the spouse has failed to do all those things that the court has ordered, then what are you supposed to do? Oftentimes we'll receive calls like, my husband did not pay the children's school fees, my husband has failed to pay the monthly allowance. And even in African context, a lot of men use that as a yardstick of power to control the lives of the woman and the children. Why? Because it's the default man that is paying the school fees, that is paying the house rent, that is paying the maintenance fee. But I bring you the good news that the law has provided for how we can go about this thing, enforcing the maintenance order granted by the court. The first thing that you must do is to apply to court. Of course, all the states you must get through it through the service of a legal practitioner. So what you must do is to apply to the court, attaching the earnings of the man or the person that's supposed to obey this order. So when you attach the earnings of this person, you do an affidavit, you bring an application as to where the person works, what the person earns, and vis-a-vis how he has failed to do what the court has ordered. And in the event that you don't have all this information, you will still have to apply to court informing the court about proper information, where the person works, so that the court can make an appropriate order to the company or wherever the person is working as to attach the earnings of the person in question. So, for example, there was a time that a man supposed to pay a lump sum of money for the maintenance of the house, of the kids, the school fees, and alongside the allowance that is being paid, but the person failed. And the woman couldn't locate the man. The man had moved from his house, but of course we got to know where the man was working. And we wrote with attaching the judgment of the court to the company. And at the end of the day, the company, the HR of the company responded before us even going to court at all, responded by obedience to the court order to be paying directly, removing the amount of money that the court ordered, to be paying it straight to the woman's account. Why? Because even all these companies, they are morally and lawfully liable to comply with the rules of the court. So in a situation whereby the man has failed to comply, then you go to court, you apply, and the earnings of the man will be attached, and the court will order that the payment should be removed from the monthly earnings of the man. So that is for Nigeria. And if there is any property also, you can attach it, in which the court can do the needful in getting money out and in making sure that things are properly done to make sure that you and your children are happy. So in a situation whereby an order has been made outside the country, whether the dissolution has been made and auxiliary relief has been granted outside the country, there's the act in Nigeria, the Maintenance Order Act, that provides for how that maintenance order can be registered in Nigeria. that you can enforce such order in Nigeria. If your spouse is in Nigeria and you are abroad and you've gotten an order to make sure that your spouse is doing what he or she supposed to do for you and the kids outside the country, you can apply and register the judgment of the court in that. If it's a court of superior, if it's a superior court, then you have to register the judgment in high court in Nigeria. But if it's not a superior court, then you have to register the judgment at the magistrate court. And from there, if you register, where you register the judgment should be the abode of the recipients. They're supposed to act on this order so that they can easily attach the earnings in this instance and be able to get your money out for the benefit of you, the recipients, and even the children. I hope you've learned something today. To do a bit of recap, that when you have maintenance order and the person is defaulting, you can go back to court to enforce this order by attaching the earnings of the defaulted party. I hope you've learned something today. Thank you for sticking through with us. It's still the Law and I, where law is made simpler and life is made better. See you another time.